Okay, good day everyone. This is our week 9 for our Seamanship for Dangerous Goods and Inspection. So, welcome. So, today we're going to focus on the International Convention on the Standards for Seafarers Handling Dangerous Goods. So, in preparation, no, when discussing this enclosed space, we are going to prioritize safety and the preparation. So preparation, assess risk, ensure ventilation, and have the right equipment ready. This is the first defense against the hazard. So each steps, no, for example, the entry steps, no, yung gagawin natin. So we're going to confirm the safe atmosphere kung safe ba pumasok sa loob, and we're going to use any protective equipment. So, and the communication must be clear and with the team. And the rescue protocols have a rescue plan. Siyempre, dapat trained yung personnel and always dapat naka-standby sila and the correct equipment na dapat gamitin. And all of these procedures are life-saving and must be followed meticulously. Dapat na-inspect siya thoroughly, and preparation, tandaan natin preparation, entry, on rescuing, implementing this step minimizes the risk and creates safer working environment. So to understand more the enclosed spaces on ships, it is essential for us to recognize the characteristic of risk. So these compartments, kung makikita nyo on the photos, no, have a limited entry and exit points. So napakaliit or napakasikip ng entry, and yung exit niya diyan din siya mag-e-entry, diyan din siya mag-e-exit. So it is open, lack of ventilation. Walang hangin na pumapasok, so leading to hazardous atmosphere with oxygen deficiency or toxic gases inside. Doon nag-a-accumulate yung toxic gas tsaka yung pinaka hazardous. Nagke-create siya sa loob ng tangke. Kaya nagiging toxic, bumababa yung oxygen level at nahihirapan tayong huminga. So additionally, this is not designed for prolonged occupancy kasi. Kaya wala siyang ventilation. Hindi siya yung ginawa para magstay yung tao do'n. So engaging uh, the audience, it is important to discuss the experiences and safety measures in such environment. So recognizing these factors, no, it is very vital for us creating a safety procedures for working in a hazardous area. So tatandaan nyo, it is not built for stay longer, it is built for a tangke siya, and that's why there's no ventilation and iisa lang yung exit points niya. Kaya nagkakaroon ng hazardous atmosphere and lack of oxygen or oxygen deficiency. So when addressing enclosed space, it is important for us to highlight the challenges and dangers. Ano ba yung mga ano ba yung mga challenges and dangers pagpapasok tayo sa isang enclosed space. So first, we have only a limited access. Restricted openings can hinder the safe and exits, especially during emergencies. Limited lang space, napakasikip para mag-rescue, tendency mahihirapan ka maglabas ng tao immediately in case of emergency. So inadequate ventilation. Next, first, limited access. Second, inadequate ventilation. So poor airflow can lead to hazardous gases and even oxygen deficiency. Katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo kanina. Then unsuitable for extended occupancy. Hindi siya pwede para sa pangmatagalan na mag-i-stay yung tao. So these spaces lack safety features and can quickly become dangerous due to toxic gases na na-accumulate inside the tank. So example includes the cargo holds, no? Meron din tayong fuel tanks and engine rooms, no? On ships, always prioritize safety and awareness when working in these such areas. Again, fuel tanks, cargo holds, and even the engine rooms. So in this slide, no, critical dangers in the enclosed space. Tandaan nyo, oxygen level safe range is 19.5 to 23.5% only. So when the level drops due to rusting, no, nagda-drops kasi yung oxygen level dahil sa rusting, which it consumes the oxygen and activates the activities like welding or fires, 'no, dun nagkakaroon tayo ng, magda-drop yung oxygen natin inside the tank. So hazardous vapors like the toxic vapors can be present even with adequate oxygen. So causing its symptoms from irritation to unconsciousness. Irritation from your skin, from your eyes, from all of the openings on your body, and unconsciousness. Mawawalan kayong malay and can lead into fatality. So material leakage like hazardous materials from adjacent spaces and the ventilation issues. Kasi 'pag walang ventilation, insufficient ventilation can lead to a toxic gases presence. Kaya iba nagkakaroon ng elephant ventilation 'no, we call it an elephant ventilation kasi, malaki siyang hose na yung hose niya is the same as the, nose ng elephant at ipapasok yun doon sa loob ng, tangke para magkaroon ng airflow. Then maglalabas siya ng hangin, doon sa loob, then magpapasok siya ng hangin dun sa loob para magkaroon ng airflow inside the tanks. Again, understanding this is very vital on board ship and you must stay vigilant and prepared in a enclosed space entry. And again, we have also the restricted spaces. So limited space complicates rescue operations and familiarity with layout is crucial for safety. And also, minsan na ano, inadequate lighting. Wala masyadong ilaw kasi poor lighting increases accident and can risk and hinder the safe navigation. So ensure that sufficient lighting before entry. Kasi baka mamaya walang ilaw tapos kayo, yung tinatapakan nyo pala ay wala ng hagdan or butas na pala yun, may manhole pa sa loob. Tandaan nyo, yung ating enclosed space entry, hindi siya direktang hagdan na pababa. No? Meron siyang ah, spaces na merong mga hole at merong mga ladder na hindi nyo alam kung saan banda and without lightning mahihirapan tayong i-navigate inside the tank. And also we have the personal injuries. So common injuries from slips, no, yung pag nadudulas tayo or natitrip or nahuhulog tayo. Can occur during to lose equipment and poor visibility kasi nga wala tayong lightning. So next, we're going to discuss the necessary procedures including the risk assessment and preparation before the entering enclosed spaces. So before entering a enclosed space, it is very vital na mag-conduct tayo ng risk assessment. So sa risk assessment, you're going to identify the hazards and the implement control measures sa pagpasok nyo sa enclosed space entry. And we must be proactive in this method because it aims to prevent accident, no? Ang aim ng isang risk assessment is para maiwasan yung accident, no? Kaya nga risk assessment. We're going to assess what is the possible risk na puwedeng mangyari before pa. Hindi yung 'pag nagkaroon na dun pa lang natin i-a-assess, no? Before the accident happen. So, a competent officer must perform the assessment each time, no? Si officer in charge must ensure that awareness on specific dangers and appropriate safety actions kung ano man ang klase ng danger yung mangyayari. So remember, safety is a collective responsibility not only on the officer. So it is a responsibility to the both of the parties kung sino man yung nandoon sa enclosed space entry. And again, minimizes incidents and promotes a safe is promoting a safety working environment. So when entering a enclosed space, no, you should follow the checklist. Ano ba yung mga checklist? First, you're going to create a detailed task list, no, like welding or pipe replacement for efficient planning. Para alam nyo kung ano ba yung purpose, bakit papasok kayo sa isang enclosed space entry. Then next, you're going to identify the potential hazards when you're going to entry on that space, no, such as the toxic gases or to prevent incidents. Then open the space cautiously, no, dahan-dahan and with caution, and especially if it is pressurized, no. Dapat i-check nyo muna if the enclosed space is na-depressurize siya, wala na siyang pressure sa loob, and secure the opening, no. Minimize also the fire risk during the hot work by clearing nearby fuel or chemical tanks, no. Yung mga magkaroon ng chemical reaction at mag-lead pa into fire, iwasan natin. So ensure also a proper ventilation. So before entry, using natural airflow or the mechanical blowers for adequate oxygen, no? Kasi before you enter the space, you need also to check the level of the oxygen if it is safe for you to enter inside the enclosed spaces. So always emphasize the importance of these safety steps, no, to encourage everyone, no, hindi yung pasok lang tayo ng pasok sa isang closed space without thinking how danger it is for us to do the job, 'no? Kasi baka mamaya gusto natin matapos yung trabaho but this job can kill you. Hindi niyo na-a-assess yung situation, beforehand tayo magtrabaho. So before entering enclosed space, sabi ko nga we all need to check the enclosed spaces. So one of these is to ensure the atmosphere is safe and testing for oxygen and harmful gases. So like the carbon monoxide and hydrogen sulfide, you should use also a oxygen analyzer and gas detector at various levels. So for the oxygen analyzer, it will going to analyze if the oxygen is safe for us to go inside the tank. And for the gas detector, it will going to detect if the atmosphere inside the tank has a presence of gas and it is very harmful to our body. So even if it is a minimal exposure to hydrogen sulfide like 2 to 5 parts per million, no, can cause symptoms like headaches, no, or nausea. No, ayun yung mangyayari sa inyo kapag na-expose kayo at least 2 to 5 parts per million. So, like headaches 'no, always try to calibrate yung mga equipment natin para malaman natin if it is working properly. Baka mamaya, kasi hindi naman niya nade-detect so ibig sabihin, safe pa tayo pumasok sa loob ng enclosed spaces without knowingly na meron palang palya doon sa equipment na ginagamit niyo. Baka mamaya, merong mga loose, ah, screws or hindi full charge or something na you need to calibrate the equipment itself 'no. Dapat always calibrate and testing the instrument beforehand yung gamitin to ensure that the accurate readings and prioritizing safety before work in any such enclosed spaces. So to follow, safely enter enclosed spaces, you should follow these, critical steps 'no. First, ang unang-unang iisipin niyo is if it is safe to enter inside. So oxygen level at least 20% by volume. If it is not, allow for ventilation. Kapag hindi siya nasa 20%, at least 20%, make a ventilation. Don't go inside. So provide adequate lighting for safety and efficiency. Dapat may ilaw. Implement permit to work system to follow the procedures for documents, no? Dapat may PTW tayo, no? Permit to work. And also implement a trained personnel only to or trained individual should enter, and communication method must be agreed upon entry. Again, no, 20 the oxygen level must be at least 20%, provide adequate lighting, there must be a permit to work, and only trained personnel should enter the enclosed spaces. So the atmospheric testing in enclosed spaces is very crucial for safety. So it is defined as like low oxygen levels, flammable gases, and toxic vapors. So the key points is to include again, you should check if it is 20% by volume, the oxygen level. Flammable gases concentration must be ex- uh, not be explosive, and the toxic gases in small amounts can be harmful. So their presence must be checked also. So testing should be going or ongoing and conducted at the various levels and openings for a comprehensive check assessment. And following these practices enhances for us for safety. No, kasi mamaya nagmamadali tayo matapos yung trabaho pero ano na pala natin, na lalagpasan na pala natin yung procedures na dapat nating gawin, which is we prioritize safety. Kasi baka mamaya, we underestimate the presence of the toxic gases inside the enclosed spaces. Kasi merong mga ah, gases na walang amoy, pero once na sumakit yung ulo niyo is na-inhale niyo na pala siya or nandun na pala siya sa body niyo. Hindi niyo lang alam kasi hindi siya as strong as the smell na ine-expect niyo. Pero nandun na pala siya sa body niyo, na-contain na yung body niyo. Okay. So when testing the atmosphere of the enclosed space, you should follow this essential step for safety. So first, assign a qualified individual with a proper training to conduct the testing. Then next, we have ensure gas detection equipment is being calibrated and certified for accurate readings. Then third, thoroughly document testing results can make them available to all affected employees. So by adhering these procedures, we can prevent accidents and ensure that safety for entering a space enclosed space. Again, no, when testing oxygen levels, it must be 20%, and the 20% by volume, and the levels below 19.5% pose a serious risk, no? Kapag bumaba siya sa 19.5, nandun na yung serious risk. And pagdating naman sa flammable gases, we should ensure that levels are well below 1%. So of the lower explosive limits to prevent, no? Prevent explosion, or LEL. Then the toxic gases, evaluate for hazardous gases like carbon monoxide and hydrogen sulfide even in low concentrations. Kapag naman magko-collect tayo ng gas samples in a enclosed space, it is essential to obtain a accurate and representative atmospheric sample. So, yung key strategies natin include the strategic sampling collect samples from various heights, no? Like yung top, yung middle, yung bottom ng ano natin, tank, no? Tank top, tank bottom, or yung tank middle. So, affecting these risk levels, no, also include the diverse openings. So we're going to get a sample from different openings to gain a comprehensive understanding of atmospheric conditions. So representative methods use a appropriate techniques to ensure that samples reflect on a actual air quality. Then we have the continuous monitoring in a closed spaces. It is vital for worker safety. So the key points include, first, we're going to monitor constantly and check the oxygen level and detect flammable or toxic gases. Then personal multi-gas detector. It is equipped with workers' devices for a real-time environment monitors. Then we have the immediate response so that the workers must exit in the atmospheric conditions worsen to prevent health risks. Tapos meron din tayong dynamic process na tinatawag. It is the ongoing monitoring to protect workers and foster a safety culture or safety environment. So each individual safety is much responsibility of a team. So ibig sabihin, we are all responsible to each one of you no pagdating sa uh, entering closed spaces. So in a rescue from a closed space, no, in closed space, the first step is to raise the alarm. No, lagi 'yan kapag meron kayong ano, emergency like the fire or abandoned ship, always raise the alarm. So raise the alarm, then inform the master. So the vessel authority alarm consists of 7 short blasts and followed by a 1 long blast. So it is accompanied by a public address and promptly informing that the master initiates appropriate rescue protocols for a safe response to the emergency. Then assembling in the right rescue team is essential for us to enclose spaces rescuers. It is ideally that the team should include at least 2 rescuers. No? The third person, siya yung mag-oversee ng operation sa labas. So this coordinator ensures that safety protocols are being followed and each team member must be well trained in a specific challenges of enclosed spaces rescue, and their preparations is crucial, no, for a successful operation. And the team must be competent and establish a foundation for a safe and effective rescue operation. Then this section, no, makita nyo meron tayong SCBA, escape breathing apparatus, lifeline, no. So this equipment for a safe and effective rescue operation. So again, the SCBA, it provides reliable air supply. Sa escape breathing devices naman, it serve as the backup air supply naman natin. Tapos yung lifelines and rescue harness, it is crucial for lowering rescuers and extracting the victims. Ito yung pinaka pangpuli natin, pambatak natin sa kanila. Then we have the Neil Robertson stretcher. It is a stretcher. It is essential for safety transporting the injured personnel. No? Dito natin hinihiga yung mga injured personnel. Then we have the resuscitator, important for emergency medical care. Then the communication tools like the radio. Then the atmospheric testing equipment to assess the environment. Tapos meron tayo, ito yung mga iba't ibang gamit nung sinabi natin kanina. Ayan yan. So the self-contained breathing apparatus, CEBD, the lifeline, harness, portable radio, resuscitator, gas detector, and the stretcher. So before starting a rescue operation, it is essential to perform a pre-entry checklist. No? Yung checklist na to, it is being checked before we enter. So the officer must brief each team spaces, characteristic, and the relevant plans. Dapat meron kayong toolbox stock before entering, and conduct a atmosphere test to ensure that the air is safe, and do not proceed without protective gear if it is uncertain to enter. No? Kung kailangan talagang pumasok, huwag kayong pumasok nang wala kayong protective equipment, lalong-lalo na for your breathing. So the rescue operation, no, each team must first assess if the casualty is breathing and check the visible injuries, no, to guide stabilization effort. If the atmosphere is unsafe, kung sa tingin nyo hindi safe siya, providing the casualty with a safe air supply, and it is essential while preparing their removal inside the tanks. And also, you should stay calm, and following the procedures precisely is very vital, as every second matters, kasi buhay yung pinag-uusapan natin pagdating sa rescue operation. Then in this section, no, we're going to discuss, no, the first aid. So first aid, it is immediately provide first aid to stabilize the casualty for transport as prompt care. It is very crucial for the recovery. Then pagkatapos ng first aid, dun na magsisimula yung transportation. So the transportation will going to quickly transport the casualty to the medical facility for further evaluation and treatment. So kung kung di tayo malapit sa shore, no, we're going to have a rescue operation. Tatawag tayo sa shore using the GMDSS. So we're going to have also debriefing to conduct a thorough debrief to reflect on the rescue that was happened, and identify the successes and areas to improve, no, kapag mayroong mga ganyan, to enhance the future operation and safety standards. Kunyari mo, nagkaroon kayo ng rescue operations. Then, if it is success, no, meron pa rin kayong debrief. Kung hindi man, meron pa rin debrief para malaman nyo. Pag sinabing debriefing, it is done after the operation. Pag sinabing briefing, it is done before the operation. So, kung natapos na yung operation and success yung na-transport yung casualty, and the victim or the patient is responsive at gain nyo ulit yung life niya, then if it is successful, magkakaroon kayo ng debriefing and ano yung what went wrong and what went well during the operation, at i-discuss nyo para sa susunod, you can perform better at malaman nyo na at maiwasan nyo yung mga bagay na dapat nyong iwasan na na-experience nyo during this operation. So again, this is our last slides, and this is for our week 9 of our seamanship. No, thank you very much for your attention. Again, importance of safety and preparedness in rescue operation is very important. So you can take a break. If you have any question, just raise your virtual hand and we're going to uh, entertain your question. And if not naman, no, you have 30 minutes to take a break. And after 30 minutes, we're going to have a quiz. Again, you could take a break and take a review for our quiz. Thank you very much for your listening.